'Cause last night I had something so good. These days get so long and I've got nothing to do. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We're in the final match of the season, folks. Can we do it? We want to get to 10-2 if possible. This guy plays a really tough defense, though. So, here's the situation. Facing someone named Tier 8 Kai. I don't have any idea, guys. Yeah, I haven't beat in Lifetime Banners, haven't beat in GP for sure, but this guy is in the finals and has had a really good record so far this season. We need to take him seriously. Actually, he has a better rank than me going into this fight. I was ranked number 300, their rank at 294, so been doing better than me, obviously. You can look at our mod comparison. I have them beat on almost every single level, even on the percent offense mods, the offense secondary. So we've got the relics beat as well. In fact, we've got that advantage by a pretty decent margin. Nothing too crazy though. We're pretty close to 100, within 100 of each other. So nothing too crazy there. Here's my defenses. You can pause it if you want to take a look, but I do have 3 Galactic Legends in the back or in the front with a fast Darth Revan. He doesn't have a really super well developed Imperial Troopers team, which surprised me because they've been doing so well. But then I put General Skywalker in the back with a couple fluff teams just to make sure just to keep them honest. If they do manage to blow through my front zone, hopefully they can't get through that General Skywalker, or at least he gives them hell. Give them hell! So, otherwise we just have the other standard teams up on the top left. No big deviations. What they placed on the bottom front zone, they have a Rey team with, it's a pretty standard, like double tank, Finn bros, resistance hero bros. They've got the Qui-Gon team with Anakin and GK. I mean, it's an over-investment team. I don't know. They put them in the front. It's not really an offensive team. We'll look at that in a minute. So there's a Bando team, and they put the Bad Batch down as well. Up top there's the Mothra team, and there's a Nute team, but there's no Jingo, so we're gonna have to figure something out with that. And then there's Maul with Mando, not like with the bounty hunter Mando. It's a very strange thing. And then they do have the GG Nuke team with IG-88 lead. I've never really super agreed with using IG-88 there. Like you put him as lead just to make it so that Darth Revan won't be able to totally just destroy you, but that way Grievous is safe from getting death marked. But I don't know. I don't know if it's that effective on defense these days. So before we jump into the fighting, folks, just want to remind you that if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that like button or comment in the comments area. We're trying to mount the algorithm, and every bit helps, folks. We are making so much progress on this channel. We are over 10K now. I cannot believe it. And I super appreciate all the support you guys have given me. But let's get selfish and keep growing this channel, because hopefully we're doing some good out there. Hopefully this isn't just a selfish fluff channel that doesn't do anyone any good except for myself. Hopefully it's actually impacting the community in a positive way. That's the goal anyways. So that being said, let's jump in to our fights, shall we? All right, you guys got to see that transition twice. So here we are. We're going to start with Bad Batch on his Qui-Gon team. And they didn't make Anakin fast enough to actually be able to go first, which actually is almost a shame. It would be kind of nice to have Anakin go first, because you can withstand with Relic 5 Bad Batch. You can withstand one hit from Anakin even with a little boosted damage. But I mean, you guys have seen this old song and dance. I've been targeting Kenobi just because I didn't really want him to taunt, but he's taunting now. So yeah, so Melt, Qui-Gon, and then the other ones are eligible for death. And, you know, now we can hit Old Ben, and Barriss is not long gone from that either, so 75. You can see the number on the top right, folks. That's the number of people watching this stream live, so kind of fun stuff. You know, we got a pretty decent crowd. Keep getting bigger and bigger crowds. If you want to see the live stuff, you gotta see it live. I'm doing the recap here, but live is different, so more explanations, etc. So, you know, and more stalling, of course, as things are. So you put the shield tech on Watt, and this is a health ray. This is not a fast ray, or I mean, it's kind of fast, I guess, but it's otherwise. I mean, it's not a damage ray. I think she's right around 8k damage, which, in my opinion, like, even if you do a health ray, you need her to be somewhere in the vicinity of like 10,000 damage at least. So, I mean, look at how little of a dent she made in Sith Eternal's protection and health. I mean, she takes on the protection, but then he can regrow it. Finally, he gets his ultimate. You can see, I mean, I'm fine, honestly, with just taking out L3 first and letting the hero bros just run amok for a bit. That's fine. That's totally fine. So, you know, now we can actually let Rey run amok a little bit, which is also fine. We want to take out Finn as soon as we can, really. And honestly, if Finn is linked, it's actually kind of nice in a way, just because he takes a lot of turns, because he swaps turn meter, and so, you know, now we're just spreading shock, just waiting. I mean, if you have your Sith Eternal modded correctly, which I hope you would if you've watched this channel long enough, you know that you just want 200k-ish health on him. And otherwise, I mean, she presents no problem, no threat at all. Honestly, if you're going to run a Rey these days on defense, folks, you really need a way to threaten Sith Eternal. Like, you either need like, I don't know, Cat on the team, which is expensive, of course, or you need something like, I don't know, R2-D2, you need Jedi Training Rey, maybe both, you know, something that's going to really mess with the Sith Eternal. But my opponent didn't do that, and now it's too late. So we're going to do another Troopers versus Troopers exercise here, folks. We did it last match. The first few fights, actually, here are not really that exciting. Or, I mean, they're exciting-ish, I guess. I don't know. There's things that you guys just recently saw, I think. My opponent this time obviously didn't watch my video from last time, or didn't care. You know, my guess is didn't watch. I mean, the guild name is in a totally different language that I don't even know how to read. So, you know, totally fine if they don't watch my videos. Totally fine if people who know my same language don't watch my videos either. But at the same time, how dare they? So, all right. We got this Bando team. Once again, folks, we're not taking Zam because my bounty hunters, my Bosk and Grief, are fast enough to outspeed all of their characters here, including Queel, which is a necessity. So, we're just going to snipe out Bando. And now, if we can take out Vander Chewie, we don't want him reviving anyone. None of those shenanigans. And so, Nest is going to make things a little bit messy here in just a minute. Make it a little nesty. We almost actually took out Queel there before he gave everyone a turn and ruined everything for everyone. So, yeah. We can call Boba to assist because he's not dazed, which is fancy. And then watch this. Watch the damage on Nest. 180k to the face. She gone. And now we're just going to bide our time. We don't want to kill IG too fast. We want to revive some of our banners, you know, some of our protection, which we just did. And then watch this damage too, guys. 210k from Boba. He's the real disintegrate, guys. He's showing Mando how to disintegrate. Super fun stuff. I should have named my thumbnail that. That's what I should have done. Boba teaches Mando how to disintegrate. Maybe I'll do that on the initial thumbnail. We'll see. we'll see, folks. It's kind of a fun one. But, all right, in the back, 2 Galactic Legends. Not expecting that, but we do have the right characters for it. So after some deliberation, I decided first, let's clear that top zone. Because that top zone, we need to get to ships. We need to clear at least 3 zones if we can. Because, I mean, the margin for error against other Galactic Legends, I mean, if you fail against them, there's an okay chance that you don't clear that zone. I mean, I thought that I had the right teams and stuff, but just as a strategic principle, we want to take down these other teams first up top, and use teams that don't necessarily require the counter for for the Galactic Legends down south. So we got the Mothra mirror. You guys saw it. I mean, it's fairly easy. Kill the fast one, move on to the next one, call it good. Now, they finally tricked me into using Geos here, folks. I couldn't figure out 3 Jedi comps that I really liked, and so we're just going to use Geos here for a little bit. And honestly, we just want to hit B2 because we don't want B2 to keep taking turns, but because we're hitting other characters. I mean, it would be nice to take down B1, but okay. So you can see Droideka has immunity, and I'm checking to make sure that Spy can actually dispel that, which Spy dispelled more than just that debuff. He also dispelled Droideka in general. And then, now we're just kind of stuck behind this stupid Magna Guard for now, and now we're not. It's like magic. And I'm trying to delay as much as I can. Geos are just so annoying. Like, because they have their health share, you can't get enough. You can't get the full banners. I don't like using Geos on offense. Honestly, guys, like, they're fine. They're a good tool to have. A lot of times it's like, well, Geo Brood Alpha can be a good pre-taunt. Like that. That's probably my favorite use of a Geo Brood Alpha, because you get 2 characters, you get a twofer. But I mean, I don't even use that too often because it's a whole team. And at the end of the day, like, the Geos do pack a punch on some level. You can imagine my devastation when I thought I'd have a turn there with the Brood Alpha and be able to heal everyone. And I was like, yes, I finally got there. And then I still had 1 more turn left. So, all right, here is the title match, folks. The one that it was in my original thumbnail. Maybe it still is. I don't know if I've changed it yet or not. But you can see we're using Grievous against a Maul team, a Maul and Mando team. And this is a full-grown Maul team. It's kind of scary. Maul gets a turn, but then B2 gets 1 interruption in and was able to dispel Frenzy. So we've got a chance to gain a bunch of turn meter and just kind of run the table on these guys. So, just keep hitting them. The more target lock that's on them, the better. And Armor apparently keeps dispelling all of the debuffs on her. I'm going to have to look and see why that is. Maybe it's because she has 3 Beskar ingots on her right now. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Armor keeps not having the right debuffs, though, unfortunately. And the ring around the rosy with all of the all these characters and their taunt and everything is just super aggravating, actually. So Maul finally gets a turn, and he keeps hitting everyone until Magna Guard's gone. So Grievous gets a turn. He kills a couple people because, poning noobs is what he does best. And back to business as usual. Maul apparently just got interrupted. He just stopped using all, or no, I guess he used all of it, and then he just used his AoE to get 2 more stacks is what he did. But you can see, B1 not doing that well, B2 not doing that well, Nute not doing that well, Nute doing that well, I suppose you should say. And the B2 of course is just gone, and now B1 is gone. And really bad banners. I blame Thrak, who talked me into this. He egged me on, but we did some science, and I don't know, it seems like that's going to be a somewhat consistent fight. We'll have to test more, but it seems like it has legs. So, alright, here's the thing, folks. We we could just use this Basti. Like, these are all my leftover Jedi from what I didn't think I was going to need against their Lord Vader. And so, you know, Grievous is not even in the lead slot. There's no one who can heal him here. And it's like, okay, so Revan just marks him, because there's taunts here, but, like, okay, goodbye to Grievous. Like, okay. Thank you for putting IG-88 lead. Like, that was helpful. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, so let's just take the rest of them out. I mean, everyone has target lock synergy, but there ain't no target lock going on here. So, you know, I wanted to mark that IPD just to make sure that it died, and also I didn't want it to blow up on me. In my face, even though the blow up protocol probably wouldn't have killed any of my Jedi at this point, just because I am tanky AF because of all my relics and everything. They need to update that. So in the back, they did not place their Executor, which opens the door for some pretty old school ship counters. Actually, you guys will have to check that out. So, all right, we've got Supreme Leader Kylo for Sith Eternal here, and the big question in my mind was how many characters should I take? People said I should take him solo against Sith Eternal, and with the combo of Sidious and Dooku with the ability block and healing immunity, that is actually a very, very poor choice. But, I mean, taking a menagerie is also, I don't know, it's nothing too crazy. So, anyways, we got there. 65 banners. We only dropped one, and we can move along. They've got that Lord Vader, and it's such a luxury to be able to use Jedi Master Luke. This was the thing that took me the longest time to figure out, because, and this is the crazy part. Every person in chat had a different opinion. Like, no one could agree on which things I should apply, like which characters I should use for Jedi to take down this Lord Vader. I mean, my whole hope had been that I could just take only one of Grandmaster Yoda and Ki-Adi-Mundi, but at the end of the day, I think it's kind of nice. Like, Grandmaster Yoda does give a few different boosts, but keep in mind, we're not calling Grandmaster Yoda because Grandmaster Yoda can't gain bonus turn meter when he's debuffed against Lord Vader. So, you know, we can steal turn meter and everything, but he doesn't gain turn meter. And anyways, apparently I just did a couple love taps on... Oh, I did we want to increase the cooldowns on Lord Vader, is what I was trying to do there. So we summoned Ki-Adi-Mundi to hit him, but, I mean, really what we were trying to do was just try to, you know, increase cooldowns. So one thing I could have done, someone pointed it out later, and I agree with them, actually, is I could have waited to pop my ult from Luke here until Vader popped his ultimate, because then, even though I'd be ability blocked, I could still use my ult and dispel all of the nonsense, even through the ability block, which, you know, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. That's a good idea to have in my arsenal. But all right, once again, we're trying to increase cooldowns on Lord Vader. We can heal everyone with Hoda the healer. It's almost like he was meant for this. Okay, so now Grandmaster Yoda could gain turn meter, but now he can't because he's debuffed. So I don't know what good Grandmaster Yoda really does here. Frankly, you know, spread some debuffs, spread cheer. I don't know. Say things like that. It's stupid. So, anyways, we soundly defeated it. You know, dropped 4 banners. But after the Thrak debacle there, with the General Grievous squad against Maul, we got, you know, we don't have to worry about banners too much. Dropping 4 seems like an insignificant number. And here I'm apparently telling people, I don't know why I kept this part in, actually, folks, telling people that I regretted not being able to use Ezra, because I've got him Relic 5. Why can't I use him? So, Commander Luke, let's kill Traya first. Done. Now let's kill everyone else. You guys can watch as I get a drink. Now look at Chupio Look at how Chupio's just about dead because he's assisting every single time. He just can't get enough of the assists from Traya, or for the rest of the team, and then Traya just totally just ransacks his health and protection. But that's okay. They never got a turn, so we're good to go. Now we've got fleets. Apparently, I couldn't wait to just jump into it. So we're using Home 1 against Malevolence. Everyone said that this is such a super duper clench. And, I mean, it can be, but as long as you have a relic, you need a relic Home 1, you need relic on Biston and everyone too. I mean, this is a counter I've done a lot in the past, so just trying to remember what it was probably the trickiest part. So you don't want to do the wiggle on Falcon right away, because you want the wiggle to be once he gets a Buzz Droid, because inevitably you will get a Buzz Droid on you. And so I decided to get the Phantom in just so that we could maybe, if I had gotten an assist, we could have taken out that hyena. The other reason, folks, and here, let me pause it because this is running away with me. The other reason I brought in the Phantom is because Spy is there, and what I really didn't want was to get into a pissing match with Malevolence, trying to kill the various vultures while Spy just hid in stealth. The idea was, once Spy was there, then I could immediately call Cassian in, and he'd call the Falcon in, and we'd probably be able to one-shot Spy. But, and if Spy was in stealth, we could still delete Spy because it would flush Spy out of stealth. So there we go. We did exactly that, and we only dropped, 3 banners in the process. So now we've got Negotiator with the pretty standard Negotiator lineup, and we're trying Executrix. And so we need to get Anakin down to to 40% health. So I'm trying to debate here. Do I do the basic or the AoE? If the AoE does enough, we'll only have to do about 10% of his health damage. The AoE would be nice, because then we could also get ability block, and we did get it. So I was like, oh, nice. Okay, we're gonna win now. Super easy, no problems at all. We got this. And then they brought in Plo right as Anakin was on his deathbed, and now things are interesting because we can't immediately kill Anakin. We've got to dispel that Y-wing. We've got to keep everyone alive as long as we can, and we've got to kill Anakin as quick as we can. There's a whole ton of layers of fiasco written right now, guys. So they do the AoE, and watching a little bit for some heroics from TIE Fighter. It's kind of epic, in fact. Oh, look at that. Bomber is gone. No good. Bomber and Gauntlet, I suppose. A Relic 5 Gauntlet, guys. Just totally toast. But we did kill Anakin, so we can two-shot this if necessary. All right, let's get in the shuttle. Look at how close to dead the TIE Fighter pilot is. And so there's a dodge for TIE Fighter pilot. Vader counters. Done another dodge on TIE Fighter pilot. Nice. Getting all the turns from our capital ship now. And all right. We're doing it, guys. We're getting there. All right. And TIE Fighter pilot keeps going, and there we go. Wipe out the whole team. I thought that we got 3 evades, so maybe I missed something. But 65, we dropped quite a few banners there, but still a lot of fun to use that old school counter. And 1710 is not too bad. Frankly, for the defense that I placed, you guys can go back to the timestamp and look at my defense. It's a tough defense. And I only dropped, 30-something banners on theirs, over the course of, 13 attacks. So they're going to have to be pretty careful. And they only have 3 Galactic Legends of their own to use. So I was feeling pretty comfortable. Let's actually go over to the final results, however, shall we? All right, here we are. As you can see, I won. My opponent, almost immediately after this, after my attacks, did 1 attack on my top zone, killed Dash for 70 banners, and never attacked again. I think just because they didn't want to be bothered with 3 Galactic Legends and Darth Revan in the front. I don't really blame them, but it was kind of disappointing because I wanted some feedback on how things were going. So, anyways, final thoughts. This season has been really fun, by the way. Just loved this format. Excited to get into some really even trickier matches next one. But, anyways, final rank number 173, which isn't bad. Top 200 after losing a couple matches early on. So we're 10-2. Not too bad. So. The question is, people are excited about GAC right now, but it takes effort, it takes time and effort. How real is the burnout going to be? Are we going to suffer burnout? Or people are just going to start mailing it in just a little bit? I'm just not sure what's going to happen, but it seems like that's possible. I mean, this season, maybe next season, we're not going to see it that much, but burnout might be a thing. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about burnout. Like, are you getting burnt out already? Are you burnt out on watching these videos? I just want to know, guys. I mean, and no pressure to watch these videos if you don't like GAC, but I don't know. I'd love to hear it, guys. Okay, so finally, old school fleets are fun and exciting to use. They really are. It was so much fun to be able to use my two, my off-meta counters that I had planned on using a long time ago, so I could place those two specific fleets on defense every time, the Malevolence and the Negotiator, and then I could just use Home One and Executrix to counter, and I mean, it worked for me for a long time. I went on a killing spree for a long time. It's fun to have the recall to that every once in a while and not have to worry about Executor shenanigans, because who wants those? Those are so boring and stupid. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.